Maybe.
Yeah. Yo. Sunday and Mondays is lit. We hit the field, pads clashing, quarterback vision, throw deep with mad passion, defense pressing, they're blitzing like wolves. I'm juking through the line, there's pressure in these moves. It's 4th and inches, pod and long. The crowd is loud, we're bringing the storm. Hail Mary in the sky, let it fly, do or die. Touchdown dance, now the end zone's on fire. Welcome to Pod and Long, your weekly blitz of gridiron football fire.
Hello, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Pod and Long. I'm your host, Ryan. It's great to have you with us. I'm here once again with the Word of Drew.
As much as I love you, gentlemen, as much as I love this podcast, let's wrap this thing up.
Let's finish it up. I'm also here with Mr. Mike.
And coincidentally, audience, that's also great life advice in general.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, right. You want to wrap it up. Wrap it up.
That may be why Mark's not here.
Well, there you go. Mr. Megastar Mark is not here tonight.
I'll see myself out. Thank you.
You can take a bow and just the season's over for you. Let's give a wrap on Drew for the year. Thank you. All right.
Thanks for stopping by.
Yeah, that would be great. All right. Megastar Mark is having a child right now or soonish, so he's not.
By the time you're watching this,
he's not
maybe
a child.
That's true. Nicole is. Good luck to them. All the well wishes to them. He did send me. He sent me his thoughts.
Name, by the way, Pod.
Yeah, right. It's got to be Pod.
Sure. Yeah,
got to be.
Not POD. Don't put that on his kid. It's got to be Pod.
Not POD. Do you like the band POD?
Come on, you know me better than that. Well,
that man has an Emmy, Ryan. He has some taste.
I like asking you questions that I know the answer to. Then you're gonna insult me for asking
something. The one Billy Gunn. Something.
I'm not playing it. I should play it during these. Mark notes. Mark's notes. I'm just gonna get them all out of the way so don't forget. He says, first note. I love the nickname Drake the Schedule May, and will he be using it indefinitely? I think next year is going to be a full, how Mark went after the Eagles all season. I think he's going to be going after Drake May all season. Mike Vrabel. This is the second one. Mike Vrabel has no ability to rally his team when it's needed and no ability to adjust when they're getting punched in the mouth. Everyone and their mother was rushing Will Campbell's side. Vrabel's only solution was the spread offense. His inability to creatively step up in big moments was the reason he got fired in Tennessee, and that has not changed. Woo! He might be right.
But where's McDaniels on that one? In fairness,
he also did not seem to adjust.
Genius. Why is he not adjusting?
Well, he's not a genius. If you follow the Las Vegas Raiders, you know that he's not really that great of a genius. Okay, next point. The guy who punched Stephon Diggs is my number one Bills free agent target.
Yes, absolutely.
MVP for Megastar Mark is Mike McDonald. Sad boy. The sexy Sad boy. The sexy robot in the vodka ad who caught fire, or any women who are close to Stephon Diggs. Oh boy, Megastar Mark. Mark's notes. There they are. Wow. He got his revenge. It's time for the A block. Let's talk about the game. We'll break it down, and then about 6 seconds later, we'll talk about something else.
In 2023, 4 friends were sentenced to watch bad football for crimes they didn't commit. These men promptly escaped, arguing over text message to the YouTube underground. Today, still growing their audience, they survive with silly voices and running gags. If you have an hour to kill, if you have nothing better to do, and if you can find them, maybe you can listen to the A block.
Yes, the A block. Well, we had a Super Bowl. We have a Super Bowl champion.
We sure do.
What a game, boys. What a boring ass game.
Well, I look at it from this perspective. If you are 3/4 of the way through the game, and not only is it viable, but should be likely that the kicker is the MVP. Of the game, that game sucked.
I also, listen, like, I'll say this. I walked away from it thinking it was more entertaining than the Patriots-Rams game, which is the instant parallel that everybody drew. And I think it was because that game was badly played. This was one of those games where, yeah, the offenses were terrible, but you kind of stood in awe of the defenses for a while. And particularly with Seattle's defense, I think in some regard, because it's ingrained in our DNA from watching the Patriots with Brady and Belichick for so many years, there was this sense with the Seahawks of like, this can't persist, can it? Like, they're going to break at some point, and they just never did. The domination was total and complete.
I think just looking at this game, and Mark gave me permission to do a football foobar to basically induct this Super Bowl already.
Immediately.
Yes.
Immediately everybody.
Waving the 5-year wait period.
We're waving the 5-year rule.
Yes.
But it was something where, in a sense, Seattle benefited from the same way that Drake May benefited throughout the playoffs. Is they didn't really play a super competent quarterback in the Super Bowl. Like, everything worked out for that. Like, that Pats team, that defense is really good.
It's really
Gonzalez
good.
Gonzalez
is a monster.
He's awesome. This team got lucky in the sense that the schedule broke their way and the playoffs broke their way early. This team is 2 to 3 years away from playing. In my mind, there are erase this game. In 2 to 3 years, this is a Super Bowl contending team. They got there early.
Yeah,
because it just broke their way, and Seattle got there because they put together a fantastic defense, and the NFC kind of broke their way. They beat a dilapidated Niners team. They could have lost to the Rams. Stafford was lighting that defense up towards the end of that game. Like, Sean McVay can beat that defense. Like, it didn't go his way that day, but like a number of days out of 10, the Rams can win that game, and then they probably torch the pass by 40.
And what did the Rams win by if they make it to the Super Bowl?
The Rams win the game by 20.
And I said this too. I was actually watching the game with Killer Greg, and I said this to him at some point, and he hinted to it too. One of the things you saw, and we talked about this last week, was that there was no position group at which the Patriots were unilaterally better than the Seahawks. And where you saw that the most is that the fact that the Patriots had gone through the entire season with third-string wide receivers finally made a difference. Like, you can't just throw anybody out there. You've got to have some dudes. And, like, Mac Hollins is a fun player. He's not a number one wide receiver. And Stephon Diggs, notably absent. You know, his total stat line was 1 drawn holding penalty and 1 punch in the face.
He had 1 catch because towards the end of the game, when it was sort of meaningless, he caught the ball and then got up for a first down and spun it.
That's right. He spun the thing when he was down 3 scores.
Yeah, we're getting killed and there's no time left. You get up and spin the ball, Diggs. What are you doing?
Yeah.
I think he even kind of realized it in the moment. Like, he looked to like scramble back towards the ref. Like, oh, shit. Like, dude, read the room. You're getting killed.
He looked about as good as the electrically stimulated bodies of Green Day out there on stage.
Billy Joe looked like his name was Karen, and he wanted to speak to my manager.
He looked like Elton John.
Well, they're probably the same age. From Billy Joe's old now.
He does walk better than Elton John at this point, but that is not saying much. No, but like, for me, at least in my mind, like, this was the least likely Super Bowl in a lot of ways.
Yeah, nobody would have picked this at the start of the season.
And I don't think, like, nothing against Seattle. Like, that is a great defense.
Absolutely.
But if you look at them, are they one of the more lackluster Super Bowl winners in the last 10 years? I'd say yes. Like, they're not overly impressive.
I was reading an article on that this morning. Depending on which advanced metric you look at, they're actually like a top 10 Super Bowl champ ever. as far as their season rating and stuff go.
They win like 14 games in a row or something like that.
Yeah, you can probably manipulate the numbers to make just about anybody look like that. But they were reasonably dominant over the course of the season. And
they were, yeah. They were dominant. The question will be: Is this repeatable?
Is this it? Is this their ceiling,
or is this it?
I mean, they did exactly what they had to do. They won a game in spite of Sam Darnold, who the most important thing he did was not turn it over. That's all he had to do, and he tried real hard in that first quarter to turn it over.
He did an excellent job of not turning it over and not getting sacked for a long.
So I'm looking at their schedule again. Okay, so week 1 is a loss to the Niners. They beat the Steelers. They beat the Saints. They barely beat the Cardinals. They lost to the Bucs. Barely beat the Jags. Decent win over the Texans and Commanders. Beat the Cardinals. Lost to the Rams. Almost lost to the Titans. Beat the Falcons. Beat the Vikings. Almost lost to the Colts. Almost lost to the Rams again. Almost lost to the Niners. I mean, they didn't almost lose to the Niners that last week. It was only 13-3. Baptized the Niners in the divisional round.
Yeah.
That was a drubbing. And then almost lost the NFC title game. Like, I don't know. I just look at their season overall and I'm just like, you beat up on the bad teams and you didn't even beat them up that much. But they can't score. Like, literally, if they did not have an absolute elite defense playing on all cylinders all season, They did.
You can't take it away from them.
No, I can't. But I as far as this being like, they're favorites to win, or the favorite to win next year. Like,
I don't think they are.
No,
yeah.
I don't know. That would be.
I think they're going to have a season like Philly, where they win the Super Bowl and then they're going to win like 9 or 10 games next year max.
The question is, how do you judge Sam Darnold next year? Like, there's two, this is we're gonna class this shit up. We're gonna talk about Robert Frost for a second. 2 paths diverged in a yellow wood. Like, is he still the same Sam Darnold, or is this like his, is this his moment where he's like, now wait a minute, I didn't play exceptionally great in this, but I didn't screw it up. I threw a touchdown pass when it mattered. And now does he turn into pretty good, reliable Sam Darnold going forward?
I mean, you can't say he can't win the big one because he won 3 big ones here.
Yeah, including the biggest one of all.
And he played well in the other games.
And listen, his completion percentage in the Super Bowl, I think, was below 50%. But he didn't turn it over, which was the one thing he had to do. And then he threw the one touchdown pass when it mattered.
There was a lot of game planning in there, though, I think, too.
I agree.
All right, we don't think they can score on us. We might shut them out. There was a real possibility that they would have potentially been shut out. I think they let their foot off the gas a little bit towards the end.
And the Patriots, not until late in the game did they decide to actually bring pressure in a way that would have mattered significantly.
Which, to Mark's point, doesn't make any sense.
Go after Sam Darnold, make him beat you.
Why not try it?
Right.
Dilfer, he's a Dilfer. The only thing is, though, Dilfer did nothing up until
did zero, except not turn the ball over.
Yeah, and Darnold played well against the Niners, and he played well against the Rams. He did.
Yeah.
He had to.
I think the Ravens won the Super Bowl in the same season where they went 5 games without scoring a touchdown, and by the way, won 2 of the games.
Yeah, that's. I mean, he is by. What he did in the Super Bowl, he did basically Dilfered in the Super Bowl. He threw the one touchdown pass he needed to throw and just kind of hung out.
The ball to Jamal Lewis and owned the clock.
Yeah, and that's exactly the game plan here. But
I desperately wanted Super Bowl MVP kicker. That would have been the perfect cherry on that Sunday. I also listen, I got nothing against Walker. To me, I thought their who's this buckets, their tight end was the MVP.
Barner and caught the pass.
He had the touchdown catch that put it away, and all those 3rd and whatevers they needed in the first half went to him. He was the only guy Darnold could find. He was the only guy in Seattle who didn't have the drops. Even JSN, I feel like, dropped 3 passes in that game.
He was hurt too. He got knocked out of the game.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cooper Kupp didn't do very much.
No, and I mean, besides looking like one of the Paul brothers, when did that happen?
Yeah, the 3rd Paul.
And the Patriots, we talked about the Patriots wide receivers too, but they didn't exactly have a great night trying to catch the ball either. A
bunch of third downs. They let when Drake May had to make a throw, they didn't make the catch.
Right.
And Drake May also missed a lot of wide open dudes.
You think Drake May's hurt? There's a lot of discussion today about Drake May potentially was hurt.
Even more than missing the wide open dudes, I think Drake May was spending a lot of the game looking over his shoulder.
Yeah.
Once he got hit 3 or 4 times, I think he knew he was in real trouble, and that's where his eyes were going.
He did say, I mean, he's somewhat of a likable. He's way more likable than Brady is. He's way more humble and 100%. Just like a regular dude. He did say, they said something like, "What would you do over?" And he goes, "The whole thing from the beginning." Yeah. Like it was terrible from the beginning.
I mean, a lot of it's not his fault, but the one truly wretched thing he did was that interception over the middle.
Yeah, that was bad.
It's you can see what he's thinking, but like he's also got to know step up in the pocket like that against his own lineman. He can't generate the arm strength to put that ball where it needs to be because he can't step into it.
Yeah,
but that's a lesson he'll learn. He's only a second-year quarterback. But like that's one where as tantalizing as that throw looks, you can't make it if you can't step into it.
And Collinsworth, who never really criticizes anyone, even when Mike was like, "What'd you think of that throw?" He's like, "Well, Mike, it was pretty bad, Mike." I don't know what to say.
You know who can make that throw? Pat Mahomes.
I didn't hear him name.
He did not.
Mahomes. He never brought up. I think he was cognizant and probably put money on him not saying it.
I said that to Killer Greg. I was like, he's got that taped on his ISO monitor. Do not say Mahomes. He's got a huge note to himself.
Yeah,
right across the top.
That was good. Don't say it. No, he's not in the game. He's not a relevant player this season. He got knocked out. So
yeah, I thought the broadcast was okay. They missed some snaps, which is, but
yeah,
I thought it. There was nothing that I looked at and I was like, damn, that's the wrong replay.
True. Yeah, they're all right.
Can I start a firestorm of debate on the Cooper Kupp not catch where it was in his fingertips?
Oh yeah.
What constitutes the ground? Is it the grass?
Yeah.
Or is it the earth beneath it?
I don't know.
I assume it's the grass based on the way they ruled that. Like that's the only fair way to do it.
I guess.
But, boy, did that ever actually hit solid earth? I'm not sure that it did. But it hit the grass.
Who's their guy? Terry McAuley? Is that who their guy is? I think so. Even he would like I'm gonna take the there's an exit right there. I'm gonna take that. We're not even gonna discuss anything further than this.
He was right. There was nothing definitive to overturn.
Right.
But I had that thought. I was like, what actually constitutes the ground? Does it have to hit earth or does it just have to touch the grass?
God. All right, as cameras get better, we're gonna have to figure that out.
As Socrates once said. Oh wait, we're not going that philosophical. Never mind.
We've already done Robert Frost. Why can't we
have Robert Frost in the show?
Why can't we? I mean, this show is very classy.
Sweet.
We have Robert Frost, and we also have Juggalos on the same show.
Did you see the report that came out today that apparently the whole story of how O'Connell didn't want to trade him might actually now be false because apparently he was singing the praises of him to Seattle. It's like he should go to Seattle.
Who knows?
It's just
the Vikings are a fucking dumpster fire.
Just a blame game. It's so funny though. They're a dumpster fire. They won 9 games. I mean, with all that crap, they still won 9 games. Yikes. I don't know. I'm happy for Darnold. I don't know how you guys feel, but I'm happy for him.
Me too.
Yeah.
You know what? Whatever happens from this point forward, he won a Super Bowl champ.
Mm-hmm.
And you were a big part of getting there.
Yep.
So, I mean, you can't take it away from him.
Sure can't.
You can make fun of Trent Dilfer all you want, and that dude won a Super Bowl and threw a touchdown. He threw a touchdown in the Super Bowl.
And was highly entertaining as the coach of UAB.
You can't take it away from him. This is not Reggie Bush's Heisman.
Right. It's true. It's not college.
Back now.
We're giving it back. Yeah, I'm happy for Sam. I think he's a humble dude. And even in his, we've won, here it is. You can say whatever you want now. He was like, we didn't do that great on offense.
Yep.
Like, okay. You know?
Hey, Ryan, your boy made the Hall of Fame.
He did.
Yep.
Let's go,
Luke.
It's
Luke.
I have no problem with this Hall of Fame class, but also several problems with this Hall of Fame class.
Okay, you want to get into it? Let's get into it.
Like,
who's your? I like this one because Roger Craig is in. We talked about him a bunch. Like, why isn't he in? Great to see him get in. Larry Fitz, love him.
There's of the four primary guys who went in, there's nobody that I don't think deserves it. But then there's still this logjam of guys who deserve it that like wasn't addressed at all.
I don't like that.
And I guess you can't. I guess you can't please all masters. You have to have a limited. So, you have to have a limited size here. But it's like there's nobody I disagree with going in. But there's also a bunch of people who've been waiting longer who should be in.
I mean, I'm thrilled that Luke Kuechly is in. Obviously,
sure,
absolutely thrilled. I didn't think he would get in because as dominant as he was, he only played for what? 9 years.
Yeah, but once, Gale Sayers obviously was the poster child for that.
Yes.
But honestly, I think in the modern era, once Terrell Davis went in, I think those gates were open.
Yeah. But I could totally see Torrey Holt go in before a guy who only played 9 seasons. I could say
exactly.
That.
Yes. Torrey Holt is always the one I'm going to point to first, but there's other guys on that list who deserve to be in too.
Was
this Luke Kuechly's first year of eligibility?
No, it was his second.
No, second.
Okay.
Breeze was first ballot. Fitzgerald was first ballot.
And that's correct.
Luke belongs, I believe Luke belongs in the Hall of Fame, but I think the point that Drew's making is absolutely right. Like Torrey Holt is still not in there,
right?
And we put Luke Kuechly in on year 2.
Yeah. I can see that. I can totally see that.
So, like I said,
no slight against him, but if you have a limited number of seats,
like I said, I have no problems with this class, and yet it still feels like there were guys who got slighted.
They need another can we get 5 dudes? Let's get 5 dudes put in December of next year. Another class.
There's such a logjam now. It seems like as a league they need to decide. Let's just do 1 year where we induct 15 guys and clear this problem up.
Get more people to Canton. Do another round.
They have an anniversary year coming up.
This was the 60th Super Bowl. They could have done it this year.
100 years of the NFL went by already, didn't it? Yes, it did. It did.
I believe it did.
Because it was the year before the 150th year of college football.
Yeah. I don't know why you wouldn't put 5 more guys in next time. You have enough.
And then go to the baseball model where the size is relative to however many guys get the votes. There's no cap. Right. There's no minimum. There's no maximum.
Yeah. Right. I like that. This is probably the best class in a while though, where it's all these guys are solid.
Yeah, I agree.
Other than Kuechly, I can understand why people would be not that into that because
but football people know what he deserves.
He deserves it, I think. So I'm thrilled. Anytime a Panthers were in for so long, it's I count Kevin Green as a Panther who went in, even though he's technically a Steeler, I think.
Yeah.
Sam Mills, same thing. He's a Panther, but was a Saint. So, there's not many. Julius Peppers.
Yeah, that's probably. Is he your first legitimate
technically, even though he left for a while, he still was there a long.
Yeah, but he made his fame with the Panthers,
right?
Before he went to Chicago.
Seahawks defense. Do you think this is better than the Legion of Boom, or comparable, or worse?
I do, and I understand that the Legion of Boom absolutely embarrassed the Broncos in the Super Bowl that year. Yeah. But something about this defense was different. They completely controlled the game, and for the amount of time they spent on the field, because their offense went 3 and out or 5 and out, they
were out there a lot,
and they just kept coming. You even saw it in the.
They hadn't had a first. It was late third quarter, and they had not had a first down since the opening drive.
Yeah, and you even saw it in the little things, in the way the Patriots are running the hurry up offense, and Seattle's still managing to get subs on the field. That's a little thing, but that makes a huge difference, and that's all part of how good this defense is. Even that level of coordination is hard to achieve.
Very true.
Mike McDonald's a hell of a coach.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of liked him when they doused him with the Gatorade, and he just kind of stood there for a minute. He didn't talk to anybody. He just stood there I just won the fucking Super Bowl.
And then he had that total bullshit handshake with Mike Vrabel.
Oh, that was interesting.
Which, by the way, Killer Greg put the theory forth, and I can't completely say that it's not true.
Okay.
That Mike Vrabel may have had a stroke at halftime and was fighting through it in the second half, because every time they showed him, his face was contorted.
He had like blood again, like on his nose, didn't he?
That's what happens when you get taken to the fucking woodshed.
He is not happy.
Also, Killer Greg, based on his Titans DNA, every time they showed a single cutaway shot of Mike Vrabel, he instinctively said, "Look at this asshole!" Literally every time for 4 quarters.
Like,
I was here for all of it.
I love that he all last year, all this year, he's been talking about how Titans shouldn't have fired Vrabel, and Vrabel's a good coach, and blah blah blah. And the second the Super Bowl ended, he texted, "Vrabel is shit."
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
Vrabel is shit.
It was fun to watch the game with.
Look, Killer Greg is a fantastic heel. He really is.
Oh God. He on the TGIF podcast was talking about how he bought the world's tiniest paper shredder.
Okay.
So that when he plays against somebody in Magic, the Gathering, the card game, and the cards are like folded, he can then shred them in front of the guy one at a time for his own enjoyment. It's not for any other reason. It's just for this one dude. Hilarious. I bought the world's tiniest paper shredder. That's
probably a credit card shredder.
Probably. That's
Brilliant.
Killer Greg. That's Killer Greg for you.
Absolutely, Greg.
Also, I have to clear up his Greg's bet. He angrily texted after we were talking about how his Ambien bet, where he bet the Browns. He did not bet the Browns. He bet Mitch Trubisky of the Steelers to beat the Browns, and then the Browns beat to throw for 200 yards, I think it was. I'm getting it wrong. And he threw for 199.
Oh,
he lost the bet. He lost the Mitch bet.
Vegas
that was one of
knows.
Greg's bets.
Betting on a quarterback to throw for 200 yards against the Browns is pretty clear thinking for being on Ambien.
You would think, but also you bet on Mitch. You did bet on Mitch.
Yep.
All right. Well, I think it's pretty clear. I don't think the Patriots. I think we're ahead of schedule, but I don't think we see them again next year. I don't think we see them again.
I feel like they got some retooling to do, and they will play a much harder non-divisional schedule next year.
They've got an offensive line to fix. That entire left side of the line.
They got a left side that needs help.
They got absolutely bullied.
I was
from snap one.
Just from an XO standpoint with them, I was a little surprised that they ran Stevenson as much as they did and didn't get Henderson into the game more. Like, Stevenson's not a bad ball player, but I feel like Henderson's more explosive.
They brought him in for kick returns, so obviously they know he's explosive.
And they threw him a few swing passes, but by the time they did, it didn't matter.
Maybe he's a late bloomer, because I feel like that speed is tough to.
He's a very talented running back.
Right.
And again, Stevenson's not a bad running back by any means.
Do you think that they have potential Commanders-itis in the way that the Commanders defense was veteran free agent signings and then completely just demolished itself next year? I know that Christian Gonzalez doesn't count towards that. I was going to say,
they have Gonzalez, and like Chason's pretty good. He's pretty young, and he'll get better. Like they've got enough dudes where I think they will avoid that fate entirely. Okay. That doesn't mean they won't regress a little, but I think they'll avoid that on the whole.
I don't think they're completely going away, but I don't think I don't know that we see them in the Super Bowl.
No, they could be like the 0-1 Patriots, right? You win the Super Bowl, and then in 2002 they vanished. Yeah, and then the rest of the history. But that year after, they weren't that good, and the history of teams who've lost the Super Bowl recently is not that good.
They got wiped off the map somewhat.
Yeah.
Niners hit the bad year after that.
Yeah, they usually take a punching bag year and then kind of come back around.
Yeah, actually, the Bengals are still getting punched around.
The Bengals are continuing to take punching. Yeah, that's not been repaired.
But hey! You're talking to the department chair coach of the NFC North now.
Oh God, Bengals! Oh, Bengals!
Oh God! It's like them in Cleveland having competitions who could be the shittier Ohio team.
Well, Cleveland still has 19 quarterbacks, so they haven't cleared that up yet. But they have a coach now. They have Todd Monken. Todd Monken's there. All right, so we all picked the Seahawks to win. Mike tried to change his pick, but I'm not gonna.
Wisely, I did not.
I'm not gonna penalize you for that. Have we reset the timeline? Do you feel like we reset the timeline?
It's early yet.
We can't tell.
Yeah, it's too early to tell.
Too early to tell.
It's been 24 hours.
I will say, there was no extraordinary breaking news today. So, well, except for the guy from the Falcons getting arrested.
Adam Gase is back. Drew, how did you miss that? Adam Gase is back with the Chargers.
Yeah, what's he doing for them?
I don't know. I didn't even look it up. I just saw Adam
mixing
Gase.
The Gatorade.
Maybe smelling salts. He's in charge of smelling salts.
Oh, they can't use those anymore.
Also, another 49er was shot today.
What?
Yes, in the ankle. But some 49er was shot. Another one was shot. Why does this keep happening? Stop shooting the 49ers, will you please?
Was it at like a post Super Bowl party at a strip club or something?
Yeah,
that tends to be, yeah.
I didn't look up the details. I just saw 49ers D-tackle shot in ankle. Okay. Oh God.
Okay, so a brief post-game story. Some people I know were working on, I won't say which one, a prominent college football bowl game many years ago. After the game, several members of the crew wanted to get food somewhere downtown in the city they were in. The only place that was open and serving food at that hour was the local gentleman's club. And they decided, well, the hell with it. We're hungry and we need to get food, and this is the only place to get food. So they went into the gentleman's club and started ordering wings and got food. About half an hour after they were there, Dennis Rodman walked into the gentleman's club, and apparently the party really started.
Wow. That's pretty great. If you're at a party with Dennis Rodman, you got to love that.
At a gentleman's club.
I still love the part in Last Dance where they're talking about how they had to like go find him basically.
Yes.
And he was just hanging out in Vegas, and then Phil Jackson tried to make him like run those ladders or whatever where you have to like you have to pass the person in the front, and nobody could, like, he was just a freak athlete. Nobody could pass him on that thing the day after a bender.
Yeah, Dennis was one of those guys where the coach's job was to just get him in uniform and get him to the game. He'd figure out the rest.
He was fine on the court.
Yeah. Dennis was built different.
He's just winning the race. Nobody can catch up to him. After like a 10-day bender, he's fine. You don't have to worry about it. All right. Any other Super Bowl talk, or do we feel like we've covered it all?
Let's talk halftime show for a second.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
That's why that's over there, because I'm going to talk about TV stuff for a second. So the clearly the music wasn't for me, and that's fine. I'm at the age where the music's just not going to be for me anymore.
Right.
I thought the show was fantastic.
I loved it.
Like, the choreography was outstanding. Yeah. The camera work was unbelievable. The precision involved was impressive.
Love the,
by the way, the
turns.
The whole stage set, they built a sugarcane plantation in the middle of the field, and it looked convincing. Like, it was unbelievable. The amount of production,
the stagecraft and production was amazing.
And the fact that, like, it wasn't on a big riser like it always is. They just kind of laid it out on the field. Like, outstanding. I thought the show was remarkable. I thought it was really, really good.
Yep.
Were you okay? I loved anytime he would like turn his head, and then there was a camera there, like to catch that moment, like where he reaches for the drink, and then he climbs up the telephone pole.
They had a camera on top of the telephone pole. And looking up.
I said to Killer Greg, I was like, I know roughly, like, how much does that camera cost for that one shot where he's climbing up the telephone pole? Like, that's all that was there for. Director's like, ready, 81, take.
I had a question about this though, because they show it. I loved all that stuff, but then he climbs up, and then it sort of pans, and you see that camera. Was that a mistake?
It was probably unintentional.
Okay.
They're also, listen, that many moving parts.
It's impossible.
It's going to be unavoidable at some point.
Right. But like I'm thinking to myself, like they didn't didn't think that it was going to be spotted from this other angle or whatever. Right. They didn't want that to be seen.
But just the timing of all of it.
Oh, and the way they interspersed the pre-tape pieces into it to make it seem like it was all live. Ricky Martin looks amazing.
Whoa!
By the way,
whoa!
the only two things that kind of got me about it were, one, like when they were setting it up, you could kind of see that some of those like little sugar plantation tree bush things like had people in them, because you could see the arms waving or whatever.
Yeah.
And I never saw those move, which means what I want to see is I want to see like the high Skycam cast of this, where as the show is going on, you see all the other production pieces moving around to set the next piece. Like that would have been awesome. I understand why they didn't show that, but I would love to have that like posted on social media somewhere where you could actually see how all the pieces interacted. But that's because I'm a production nerd. The only other thing that got me was there were a few spots where they were using game cameras to help with the coverage, right? Like, they don't have their own spy cam, sky camera, spider camera, whatever. So they got to use the game one. And, and this is a guess by me, but it seemed like all the game cameras are shooting 30 frames a second for game action. All of the cameras that were like in on the dancing were all shooting cinematic 24 frames a second. And it's probably the kind of thing that only production nerds would see, but like the back and forth of that was like, but you're not going to change the lens on the Skycam at halftime. Right. And you're not going to spend the $60,000 to wire a third one up there. So, but I thought it was remarkable. I thought it was.
My wife enjoyed it because she thought it was the only thing that she saw that was remotely kid friendly. She was I did not pay much attention to the commercials. I was in the kitchen washing dishes.
Listen, some of the commercials were great. I thought some of the companies went for it this year, and it was more than just some of them were still like, hey, we paid a celebrity and here he is. But like there were a few of them that I thought were creative and kind of pushed the edge a little bit.
Okay.
The Coinbase karaoke for Backstreet Boys, brilliant. Brilliant. Like, every party in America started singing along to that commercial.
That is true. I was disappointed. I didn't see many movie trailers I was fired up for. I don't know what were the movie trailers. I didn't.
My wife was impressed that they had the Tarantino movie trailer about 30 seconds into the Super Bowl with blurred out tits and lots of swearing.
Yep. And you had the
about that.
You had the Mandalorian and Grogu trailer,
which wasn't a trailer. It was
wasn't really a trailer.
Budweiser ad with Tauntauns.
Yeah.
And Sam Elliott.
But in conclusion, I thought the halftime show was brilliant. Apparently it was an insult to America, which is funny because Puerto Rico's in America.
It's because all they did was speak that Spanish, Drew.
I know, and there were a lot of brown people on TV,
and no subtitles.
Yeah, but
they were on the scoreboard.
Yo no sé. Yo no comprendo. Yo no parlo.
Considering the number of times considering the number of times we've seen Paul McCartney die in front of us on television, and he is not American.
Wow. I mean, I was impressed by it. I wasn't sure what to think of what the production was going to be, but I was like, damn, I love the way that he's moving.
I'm going to interject here because it is slightly topical for our subject. I do have a student of the week, and it happened today.
Oh, okay.
So here's what happened. We had a 2-hour delay, so my kids who go to BOCES and one of my peers had to leave because they had to go have lunch before they left. So it was a smaller group of kids, only about 7 or 8 kids. So we were just kind of shooting the breeze, catching up about some stuff, and a couple kids were finishing up some work.
Were you shooting the breeze with Pat Bailey? Sorry, that's a little fast joke.
Anyway, and so we were talking about we talked about the halftime show and some other stuff, and I said, one of my favorites that I saw was Prince, and this girl over in the corner lights up like you plugged her into the wall. She goes, "Did he play Purple Rain?" I go, "Not only did he play Purple Rain, it started to rain right on cue when he said during Purple Rain." She goes, "Oh my God, I have to go watch that." She goes, "I cry every time I watch Purple Rain." I said, "Then I have something to show you." And I went to the interwebs and I pulled up that guitar solo of Prince playing My Guitar Gently Weeps, and everybody just going for about 4 minutes.
Yep.
And everyone's like, "Oh wow, Prince is really good." I go, and that's only one of 12 instruments Prince knows how to play.
Yeah. Yep.
Even Prince knows he did it. Tom Petty knew he did it. George Harrison's kid knew he did it. They all just looked at him like, all right, cool. We're done.
Yeah.
We're
Yep.
done.
Can't beat that. Can't beat that.
And then he just walks off because he's like, I'm Prince, motherfucker.
He still has my favorite internet video of all time is the James Brown performance where he calls Prince up and Prince is on the shoulders of the bodyguard.
Yes.
And then Michael Jackson gets called, and then the three of them are up there. That's my favorite YouTube.
Because we were also discussing like what musical, 5 musical artists who are dead would you revive to go see one concert? And I said Prince.
Prince. I was lucky enough to see him once.
Wow.
I did not see him.
And listen, unpopular opinion, but I will say it forever: Prince over Michael Jackson for me.
Michael Jackson was also high on everybody's list. I had Waylon Jennings on my list just because that's the thing with me and my dad.
Sure.
But I think, it's not the Muppet question, but I think it's a really good...
The Muppet.
What is?
Nothing can be.
It's one of the best things I've come up with.
The Muppets at Godfather. Perfect.
Abe Vigoda.
He's the only one who's a real person in it.
Correct.
It's such a minor character to keep.
That's why it works.
So good.
It can't be a main character. That's too easy. It has
So
to be
good.
somebody who. It has to be somebody who almost like they've taken an alternate reality and are now somehow transported to the Muppet universe.
Right.
Oh man. All right. We don't have a Striped Spiral, right?
Nah, nothing.
And we don't have a FUBAR. We did it. We already did it.
We did the FUBAR.
We did the FUBAR.
We have not played the X-Pac song to shy away the demons. You can't. It's the last show. You can't stop now.
X-Pac! You think you can tell us what to do? Yeah. You think you can tell us what to win? You think you better? Yeah. Well, you better get ready to bow to the master.
And Mark's having a baby, so
I've been watching.
This is still Devil's Child. Just every time. It's Devil's Child with a saxophone.
You know what's going to happen? They're going to, Nicole's going to have the baby, and they're going to, congratulations, Mark. It's an American male.
It's an American
male.
No,
don't do that.
Don't. You don't have to. You don't have to resist the peer pressure. Here we go.
American male. So stupid. Like sometimes I listen to this show back. I listen to every show back. I listen to every show back. But sometimes it makes me laugh the next day, and I know it got me good. But when we forced you to become the Cardinals special teams coordinator, Drew, and then we said you'd motivate them by listening to American Males. It made me laugh in my car. Not only do you hate special teams, but you're also not a fan of American males.
There was one point where I was watching the Super Bowl with Killer Greg, and he said something about, this game could come down to something like a special teams play. And I kind of groaned and looked at him, and I was like, you watched the show, didn't you? He was like, oh, yes.
Don't bring up the special teams. But the kicker could have been the MVP, Drew.
Which would have been great.
And that punter with that little pooch.
Nobody else in that game would have earned it.
That little pooch punt. Field position.
It was great. Field position battle was great.
On my lunch break at work lately, I've been watching, because YouTube now has them all, old wrestling, like basically 90s wrestling. Because it's like I'm reliving my childhood.
It's the best.
And I didn't and again, I know I should have known this, but like you go back and you watch and you're like, wow, Hulk Hogan can't sell shit.
No,
he's
terrible.
Really bad.
It was terrible.
And like I didn't love Hogan as a kid. Like I was always strongly in the Macho Man camp.
Yes.
But like, holy shit, it is bad.
Yeah, it's bad. It works for what it was in the 80s, but it wears off quick.
Listen, the Rock, not an especially exceptional wrestler. Like he was okay, but him and Hogan, same kind of thing. It wasn't about their in-ring ability.
But
Rock benefited from the time where he was around, where he could use chairs and go into the crowd and like tables and ladders and
also
like
their roster was very talented at that point, and they could sell him.
Right.
Well, and again, the Rock was,
and he could sell
on the mic.
He could sell
like
okay.
Hogan. Just
he
like
cut
Hogan.
Great promos.
Yep.
See, Hogan, going back and looking at him, like the Hogan promos aren't to me all that exceptional. They're very robotic and they're very formulaic. Whereas like Macho Man's is just like, I'm going on an acid trip and he's taking me with him.
Stream of consciousness and amphetamines. That's all it was.
Rising to the top.
Where you watch okay, so a lot of us are like WWF kids because we were in the New York area, but like if you watch it like a Dusty Rhodes promo, like there's no comparison between Dusty and Hogan. There's no comparison.
Flair,
not even close.
Like watching Flair, and watching him like lose his mind after winning the Rumble. That is one of the great. That is one of the great cuts of all time.
Yeah,
yeah. Hogan wasn't doing it.
Hogan was a wet noodle.
He was good if you're a kid, but at some point the bell's gonna ring. I mean, that's wrestling. You know,
Hogan was an American male.
Oh God! Stop.
This is for all those Juggalo times.
We just want to get to the chorus, or the
there's nothing but a chorus,
or the branch.
It's not even a song. There's no verses.
American males, American males, American males, American males, American males, American males, American males. When you say I'm coming,
shit, there are verses.
There it is. There's the lyrics. There are the lyrics. Takes a long time to get to that guy. Who might be the same guy as the one Billy Gunn. I don't know.
100%
similar. A little similar. Oh man. All right. I need a little help. Because usually in the off season I put together the top 5 dumbest plays of the year. Now, unfortunately I have 9 entries. We need to cut this down a little bit. So
you have 4 honorable mentions.
Yeah, and then top 5.
Right. But I wanna get some opinions on some of these and see.
My opinion is that Jackie Treehorn treats objects like women.
Man.
I understood that reference. All right. So I'm gonna play. Let's play some of these.
Oh, bad bounce goes through the hands of Caleb Johnson. He may have touched that ball. That would be a live ball. Let's see what the ruling is here. It is a touchdown. It's a touchdown. Oh, Seattle gets the score. This is the landing zone from the 20 to the goal line. When that ball lands in the landing zone, it's live. Plus, Caleb Johnson touched the football. So that's a live.
So we have Caleb Johnson not understanding the kickoff rule. That's one. That's our first of 9. We've got
Shaheed back to Olave, throwing to Rattler, picked off. Cole Bishop on the return and knocked out of bounds.
What do we call that? The failed Philly special. A Philly special that didn't work. Spencer Rattler's involved. Cole Bishop is involved. I kind of like that one.
And then we're doing this in like a champions tournament, that one beats the kickoff because the percentage of that succeeding was lower.
Okay. All right.
Like that started out at a dumber base.
Okay. We need to eliminate 4 plays. Now these 2 plays are basically the same. So here's Adonai Mitchell. Right after this, he was moved out of town.
3rd and 4. Jones down the sideline, 1-on-1. Oh, what a catch! Adonai Mitchell down the sideline, turning on the speed, and a little stiff arm ushering into the end zone for a Colts touchdown. But did he lose the ball going out of the end zone before he crossed the goal line?
Well, I think it may have come out early.
He sticks it out, and it slips out of his hand.
Adonai.
I'm so torn on that because on one hand we've seen that a lot before, but on the other hand, like he followed that up and then was moved out of town.
Yeah, I mean they did trade him for somewhat for Sauce Gardner, but also first he was kicked to the curb there. But of course we can't just have one because once one of those happens, another one will happen.
On 3rd and short, first down, DeMercado off to the races. 20-10 touchdown. Did he drop it early? Boy, that's going to be close. Oh, my goodness. Boy, he extended it with his hand a little bit. Did Sneed's trying to say that he got the ball out. Wow. You see him kind of put it on his fingertips, but did he have control, Arch, before that thing broke the plane?
Yeah, that was also a fumble at the goal line for DeMercado.
I might eliminate that one only because that game was meaningless.
Oh, there's a lot of meaningless on this list. There's so much meaningless.
There's no import to that game at all.
All right, so those 4, I would say, are the was it 4? Those
that
4
might be the honorable mention list.
They could be the honorable mention list. Okay, so we're gonna start getting into the better ones here. All right, here we go.
Clock running inside of 5 minutes. Ward goes through his progressions. Everyone covered, slings it back. It's deflected and picked. Taylor Demerson, and then the football came out. Who recovers? Tennessee for the touchdown in a crazy sequence.
Okay, so Tennessee throws a pick, and then the Cardinals fumble it, and then Tennessee recovers it for a touchdown.
I think we have to eliminate the Cardinals from any of these.
No, they can't be. They're one of the dumbest teams.
That's true.
So dumb.
They have to be on the dumbest list. I mean, that was impressive. Tennessee scoring via turnover. I didn't think
turnover. Yeah,
would
that's
happen.
a weird confluence of events.
But it's the Cardinals. All right. Let's keep it rolling.
I was on Broadway. I didn't get to check those out.
They weren't flashing the scores down there.
Ward lost the football, scooped up by Jason, and it's a touchdown. There is a flag down, but
all right, that is a simple one. Just shit.
That's a Jameis Winston gets eaten by the turf monster against Oregon.
Yep.
Yeah. That happens. Right. The old empty hand, that happens.
Yeah, it happens, but also
it sucks when it happens.
Also, the Titans, that's what their 3rd or 4th appearance on this list already.
I noticed that too.
That's pretty rough. All right, this one is high on my list, potential number 1 pick, because I watched this about 40 times.
47-yard try now by Younghoe Koo, and he stumbled. Gillen gets swallowed up. Patriots ball. Here it is. Whoops. I guess that goes down as a miss.
I don't know. He never touched the ball.
Younghoe Koo forgetting how to kick.
That might be the winner just because, boy, I've never seen that before.
I haven't either, yeah.
So anytime you can do something I've never seen before,
that has to stay.
He promptly left town after that, too, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, they shipped him out.
Yeah, he was gone after that. Probably gone from our lives forever.
He went back to his home planet. They needed him.
This play I call the flip 6.
He rolls. He's pressured. He's in trouble. Heaves it up. Oh, no. Ernest Jones. House call. He will take it all the way. A game-changing play from Ernest Jones. 84 yards and no.
Oh, Brosmer. Oh, boy.
That'll be the only play of relevance he has for the remainder of his NFL career.
It's like his Orlovsky moment.
100%.
Oh, man. I mean, you're going into score, and you potentially. I mean, it was 4th and 1.
Yeah, I get it. You don't want to eat it on 4th and 1, but don't do that.
That is literally the worst outcome. And then last, one more by a star player. What a rough year for a star player.
Hurts picked off. Intercepted, and now the ball's out, and Hurts ends up with the ball in his hands. He fumbles. Chargers ball. Troy Dye ends up on the ball. And what a mess of a play. First to Sean Hand had it.
Fumbled by the defense, recovered by the offense, fumbled by the offense.
The explanation alone is hilarious.
So you don't get two bites at the apple like that very often.
It's like listening to Kevin Costner explain the Kennedy assassination in that Robert Oliver Stone movie, JFK.
Yes.
Back and to the left.
To the left.
The offense had the ball.
Back and to the left. All right. Those are the 9 nominees for dumbest plays. I think it was 9.
Hard to overlook Young Wei Koo, man. Like I've never seen that
in, right?
I've
Young Wei Koo has got to be in there.
And not, like they say in tennis, an unforced error.
Yeah.
There's no reason that happened other than it happened.
And to happen to the Giants, too. A miserable season.
Right.
Are there any you would eliminate? Like, am I being too harsh on somebody here?
No, I don't think so. I think there's a few plays in there that are just a weird confluence of events.
That could count, though. A weird confluence
but that
could
doesn't
count.
mean that it's not a dumb play.
Right.
I think there's a separation between something that is directly the fault of one person and a weird confluence of events.
Yeah, because it could be a weird play call. It could be,
Right.
could be other events.
Like Brosmer, that's on Brosmer.
Yeah, right. That's just dumb. Not knowing the kickoff rule, as boring as that one is, that's pretty dumb.
That's dumb. Like Young Wei Koo is dumb. Like nobody
Yeah.
forced you to do that.
Yeah, dropping it at the end zone. There's 2, so
There's 2
I don't
of
know.
those.
Is that one entry? Are they both eliminated?
No,
I'm
that's
not
2
sure.
entries. You don't want one of those. You don't want them to get half a credit.
Is it like the WWF King of the Ring? If you get a time limit draw, you're both out.
Both out, yes.
I don't know. All right. We got to think about that. We got to think about those. Sad Boy Boat. It's time. Sad Boy Boat. Megastar Mark gave us his a while ago in his notes there. But who you got for Sad Boy Boat, Drew?
I'm going to take the other side of what Megastar Mark did, and I'm going to say Sad Boy Boat Stephon Diggs. 1 catch, 1 penalty drawn, 1 loss, 1 punch in the face.
Oh, boy. All right, Mr. Mike, who's getting Sad Boy Boated?
The left side of the Patriots offensive line.
Oh, God. Will Campbell. That guy. He's going to have a long offseason. A long offseason.
Get that guy some soup.
My God. I'd say Sad Boy Boat Patriots fans. Sad Boy Boat Patriots fans. Not only did their team lose, but also they're in a feud with Tom Brady now.
Right.
They're all mad at Tom Brady because he said he couldn't pick a winner.
How soon the worm turns.
I want to amend mine. I also want to have Dave Portnoy to mine.
Why? Because he finally got to go to a Super Bowl, and this is the Super Bowl he got to go to?
Lost, and he's 5'4".
Is he really that short? I don't put that much thought into him.
Sad boy, whoever that poor woman is who's married to Robert Kraft.
Oh, God. Robert. It's like every time we hear a story about him, it's worse. It's like,
worse. It's like, he loves his
Super Bowl ring
so much, and now he's married somebody 30 years younger than him.
And apparently Bill Belichick is very angry at Robert Kraft for helping keep him out of the Hall of Fame.
Yeah. Although I feel like we already knew that they didn't like each other.
Yeah, kind of. But
no jokes on them. They're both not in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, they both got. And then Jordan wore a shirt of the massage parlor.
Yeah.
That made me like her more.
Which I respect.
Made me like her more.
Yeah.
First time for everything. Made me like her more. Why not? I need to get that shirt.
Genuinely spiteful person, and in this
I
case,
guess so. Can we get that shirt? Can we get it mass produced? I would buy it.
My dad always said that Elliot Spitzer missed his opportunity to open the Client 9 clothing brand.
Oh God!
So my department chair who retired a couple years ago
was Elliot Spitzer. Sweet.
No. He was actually he worked with the union, did some stuff in Albany, and he was actually a delegate to the 2004 Democratic Convention. It was a really cool story. But he had some political bumper stickers up in his room, as a government teacher often does. And Elliot Spitzer, when he ran for governor with David Patterson.
David Patterson.
What his campaign slogan was?
Don't remember.
Bring passion back to Albany.
Oh, boy.
Well,
he tried.
Was that her name?
A little too on the nose for both him and David Patterson.
And David Patterson.
One of my favorite.
In my news career, that was probably the most awkward press conference ever. The David Patterson one, where him and his wife were, here's all of our dirty laundry so that it can't come back to bite us later.
Holy shit.
So I've been alive 40 years.
Hard to sit through.
So with what I'm cognizant of is basically George Pataki and forward.
Right.
And the only governors that haven't been involved in some sort of horrid sex scandal are George Pataki.
George Pataki.
Yeah,
history's a terrifying thought. And Kathy Hochul.
Yeah.
Right. The current.
Yeah, it's true.
It's like New York's governors have sex scandals. Illinois governors get indicted and go to jail.
Next week on Lincoln Cast, here we are again.
We're a bunch of history nerds.
It's true.
But one of my old jobs had a giant framed David Patterson proclamation in the office, and it made me laugh every time. It made me laugh every time I walked by. Like, why do we have this up? Why is this on the wall? I mean, it was a government building that I was working in, so it was fine. But it's like, of all the governors, we're gonna keep this up. Patterson. Oh boy. All right, game balls. We got to do some game balls. Game ball for you, Drew.
I haven't had another chance to mention on the show, and it's flown under the radar with all the Super Bowl hoopla this week. But game ball to the Team Finland hockey sweater. Those jerseys are sweet. Have you seen them? They're awesome.
No,
they got the old school single stripe on them with the big lion crest. They're badass, and both the men's and women's team are wearing them.
Love that.
There's some cool sweaters in this year's Olympic tournament. The Canadian black ones are cool. The American ones are old school and cool, but the Finland ones are baller.
Oh, they're dope.
I gotta see that.
Just the big gold lion and dark blue with a light blue stripe
and the old school stripe. It's a huge win.
Yeah.
I was just thinking that I was watching the Miracle on Ice doc on Netflix, and which I enjoyed, and I was like, "Damn, those are sick uniforms. Those Miracle on Ice uniforms. We need to copy those again."
And by the way, credit where it's due. For the '80s, the Soviet ones don't suck.
True.
They got the diamonds on the borders. They got the white stripe thing going. It's cool, man. It's a good look.
That's good. That's good.
Wow.
I have to.
I mean, as much as the Soviets can be a good look.
Right. As my father-in-law,
brutalism was still a thing then.
As my father-in-law said, because he was at some of those games, he said, "Yeah, we were outside chanting USA and fuck the Russians."
Yeah, that's about right.
Nothing's really changed.
Yep. All right, Mr. Mike, what do you got for a game ball?
You know what? What the hell? Give it to Sam Darnold. Good for
Yeah,
him.
you're right.
Absolutely.
He deserves it. He deserves. He's not seeing ghosts anymore. No more ghosts.
Nor should he ever again.
Giving ginger kids hope.
He had mono. He overcame that. The kissing disease. He got through that.
Also, this only occurred to me just at this moment. Who was the last USC quarterback to win a Super Bowl? Is he holding the mantle for USC quarterbacks going back quite a ways now?
Sanchez didn't win. Carson Palmer never didn't made it. He never made it, right?
No.
Who are we missing? We're missing somebody. There's got to be
Marinovich never made it.
Yeah.
He's the only one.
Marinovich is the only one to make it?
No. Sam Darnold.
Sam Darnold.
For all the USC greatness, for all the USC quarterbacks.
Until Caleb Williams.
Until Caleb Williams, yeah. But Sam Darnold, the only USC quarterback to win a Super Bowl. That's remarkable.
Wow.
How dare he win before John David Booty?
I was just going to say John David
Booty. I love that guy.
He's a coordinator somewhere now, I think.
Oh, good. I like John David.
But I might be confusing him with Jim Bob Cooter, the greatest name in college football.
Jim Bob Cooter.
I saw his name come across the news the other day.
He still has a job somewhere.
He does.
I'm pretty sure.
He's getting paid by somebody.
Even Hackett has a job. So, I mean, Hackett.
Coordinators.
Wait, we have to talk about Hackett. He didn't take the Miami job.
He didn't take the Miami job after all that.
He didn't take the Miami job. Where is he? He's somewhere funny though. He's somewhere funnier.
Designing games for Milton Bradley, possibly.
No, he's not
outfielder
there.
Milton Bradley.
No, Jim Bob Cooter is the offensive coordinator for the Lions.
Oh, see, there we go. I should have known that.
He is? Oh boy.
Yeah, he is slightly younger than me, but if you look at Jim Bob Cooter, you'd believe he's at least 55 years old.
That's hilarious. Where is Hackett now? Hackett ended up somewhere. Where is he? He's on the Cardinals. He's with Kyler Murray.
That's right. Kyler Murray.
Hackett and Kyler Murray. Oh, you play any games? Yeah, I play Call of Duty. I don't know what the fuck that shit is.
Hey, Kyler,
I plug it in. I won't play it.
I tell you what, we play 3 more games and don't break the ice, then you can have some Oreo cookies.
Based on our interpretation, Hackett might be a guy who enjoys those old magnetic electronic football games.
Oh yeah, he definitely likes those. That's his entire offense is based on that.
Yes.
My thumbs don't work so good. I love the idea of board game guy hanging out with video game guy.
Call of Duty guy.
Oh God.
Hackett. Hey, can you play Monopoly on this thing?
He got promoted though, isn't he? Offensive coordinator.
Sure.
I think he is. I think he has a bigger job. Like him and Tua together is funny.
Him and Kyler together is a different level.
It's kind of funny too.
Especially because the Cardinals seem bound to Kyler. They can't really do anything about it. So
I don't think they can. I think they have to run it back.
Yes, they do.
There's no option unless they want to Ty Simpson it.
Which, by the way, speaking of backup quarterbacks, boy, I wanted Tommy DeVito to get into that game in the worst way.
Why not?
So bad. Give me some Tommy D at the end of the game.
Super Bowl snap taker, Tommy
DeVito.
Like the Patriots. Can't give us anything.
People forget, Brian Greasy kneeled out one of those Super Bowls for Denver. You couldn't put Tommy in there to try and create something at the end, Patriots.
Give it a shot. Give it a shot. All right, my game ball goes to Luke Kuechly. We talked about it. He's in the Hall of Fame, so got to do it. Plugs, Bloody Good Music. What do we got?
I don't know. There's something.
It's the end of the season.
Chris and I have been going back and forth about the new Rob Zombie album, which he says is awful, which makes me not want to listen to it, but it's sitting in my inbox. I'll have to get to it this week.
Man, I love that one Rob Zombie album.
I
wore that
two.
shit
Hellbilly,
out.
like, listen, he's got a trilogy with 2 different bands, right? He's got Astro Creep 2000, and then he goes solo, and he's got Hellbilly Deluxe and Sinister Urge. Everything else after that is a dice roll at best.
Yeah, but man, I wore those first 2 out.
Me too.
White Zombie and the Rob
Me
Zombie.
Too. Astro Creep and Hellbilly Deluxe are 2 of the all-time great albums.
Wow.
Dragula.
What a weird song to like, but I still like it.
Speaking of songs, I'm pretty sure the use of Dr. Dre's Difference Between Me and You in some of those AI commercials is the first time Exhibit has received a paycheck in like 22 years.
I love X to the Z.
No,
I know that I do.
There has to be.
That I do.
He ain't making royalties from the years he hosted Pimp My Ride. I don't think that's his syndication.
You know it's playing somewhere in the Czech Republic.
Oh yeah, that's true. It's probably overseas.
He's getting 30 kroners a year out of that.
There's like weird pockets of the internet.
We don't even use the kroner anymore. We have to use the euro. It's paid in kroners.
It's still getting paid in kroners. Yeah.
I love going to these weird pockets of the internet for things like I love Exhibit, and I love Pimp My Ride, and there's this whole like thread of people whose cars were irreparably damaged by Pimp My Ride. Oh, you can read all kinds of funny stories about how Pimp My Ride.
By the way, I couldn't help but notice that in the commercial, they didn't use the part of that Dr. Dre song where Eminem yells, "What's the difference between us? We can start at the penis."
Oh,
avoided that part of the song.
Great line, though.
It is a great line.
Oh man, I was in on all that.
Instead, we got X to the Z.
I like X to the Z. I always thought he was good.
Against him.
I love him. I liked his first album. I legit thought his first album was great.
It's not bad.
I legit thought it was good, and I was pimping him.
Considering your choices at the time were like him or Ja Rule, I mean, come on.
Oh, he was way better than Ja Rule.
Yes. Ja Rule
I also weirdly like
homeless man's DMX.
I like D12 too.
Well, sure. They had a moment where everybody was like, "Oh, Eminem was in a thing before the thing."
A short moment. Okay, that's bloody good music. Go check it out. And all off season, go do it. Go check it out. There's lots of good stuff on there.
I promise I'll write stuff this year. I promise.
Once this is over, you'll have more free time.
Allegedly.
We're almost done. The TGIF podcast, the new one is out about cheating on tests, and there's some good stuff in there, including a torturous Full House episode where Aunt Becky got the plans to cheat her way through college. This is where it came from.
I think I remember that one.
It's literally an episode with the same plot where they try to cheat their way into a preschool. She obviously put that in the back of her memory
later
for the future. Didn't quite work out for her. All right, this season is over. We're done. We got a Super Bowl champion.
We do.
There's a baby on the way. We got a podcast baby pod on the way. Mr. Mike.
Credits.
He's
back.
He's still alive. He's still here.
I'm back.
Yeah, it was a great season, you guys.
It always is.
We'll take a month off, and then free agency. We'll be back. We'll be fired up for free
agency. And we will start
agency.
next season shooting baby pod with the Gatling gun Nerf gun.
You're gonna shoot the baby with it.
Yeah.
The drive-by Gatling gun.
The important
we still need the video of that.
The important thing is pitchers and catchers right around the corner.
Inertia
begins anew.
Or does it?
Mets might be good.
Doesn't it just continue?
That's true. It just continues. Yes.
It doesn't begin anew. It just continues.
It's the circle of life. All right, we're done. Peace out. We'll see you next season. Congrats, Seahawks.
Good luck, everybody. Keep your stick on the ice.
American males. Goodbye.
Off in the distance, around the corner, out of sight. You saw where your dream was waiting, hidden just beyond the light. And all in a moment, the cards seem to fall in line.